friends, it's me, Jonah, and in today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this Lily Sugar and Cream Mosaic Stitch Crochet Dishcloth. Isn't this such a cool pattern with the two tones? Oh, it's so pretty. And another one of my favorite parts is that it doesn't have to be for Easter, like I did my two colors in. You can make it in all neutrals, you can make it in green, you can make it in Christmas colors, you can make it for fall colors, winter colors, any two colors you'd like. And what makes it mosaic is the fact that you're using single crochet, chains, and double crochet to make texture. And the double crochets are what are worked underneath the chains, and that's what gives you this mosaic texture. And I'll make sure to have linked the free pattern down below with some yarn inspirations. And the yarn I used, and recommend you use too, is Lily Sugar and Cream. Just a classic original Lily Sugar and Cream, 100% cotton, so it's great for high heat, but it's also super absorbent for water. So basically it all adds up for a perfect dishcloth. And I like to use a white or a cream as my contrast color, and then as my main color, I'll be using rose pink in the slightly dusty rose color for my second contrast color or my main color. And then you'll also need a 5mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors, and since I didn't mention this earlier, you just need one ball of each, and that should be able to get you about 2 dishcloths, give or take your gauge and your tension. So without further ado, let's get in, and I'm just going to show you the first repeat of this mosaic pattern, since after you get about 8 to 11 rows in, it just starts to repeat and it's the same thing. So let's get started. So if I pull out my dishcloth and give you a closer look, you can see that it's a nice size. It's about 9 1/4 inches both ways square, and you start off with your main color. So I'm going to set this aside, pull out my main color and slide off the label, and then pull out my crochet hook, unravel a nice length of lead yarn to get myself started. Then I'm going to start by making a classic slip knot and putting that on my hook. Okay? And then your first step is the chain 31. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay? Now that you've done 31 chains, you're going to single crochet into your second chain from the hook and into the next 29. So basically one single crochet in each chain from the hook, starting in the second chain, because you always skip one for your turning chain. Single crochet again, okay, I'm about halfway at 15 or so. Rounding down near my last 10 single crochets. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, I'm going to unravel some more lead yarn. And then your next step is to chain 1 and then work 8 single crochets after you turn your work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. And then this is where you're going to start your chains, which you'll work your double crochet over. 1, 2, skip 2, work 10 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2 chains, skip 2 stitches, 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I'm going to turn my work, chain up 1, and then work 8 more single crochets. Seven, 1, 2. Then you're going to work a single crochet where you have single crochets and chains where you have chains for the rest of the row, because you need to line up your 2 chains on top of each other. One, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then don't finish your last stitch. And that's the start of your pattern. Now it is time to pull out your white yarn and pull off some lead yarn, of course. And this is where you're going to begin your mosaic pattern. So, what you're going to do is yarn over with white and finish that stitch. And then you're going to turn your work, chain up 1, work 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you're going to chain 2. And then work a double crochet in the 2 skip single crochets 3 rows below. So skip 2 stitches, and then kind of jutting your work out right here, insert in that single crochet and come back out to the front and work a double crochet. And in the next stitch, work a double crochet and then chain up 1, 2, skip 2 stitches, and then work 6 single crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, chain up 2, and then again work 2 double crochets into your single crochets from 3 rows below. Chain up 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And now you're going to turn your work, chain up 1, and where you have single crochets, you're going to place single crochets. And then once you get to your chain 2 space gaps, you're going to chain 2 and skip right over those gaps. That's so the next row you work, when you're facing on the right side, in your next color, you can have it facing the right direction for you to work your next double crochets in to create that up and down mosaic pattern. Okay, I just chained 2 and skipped because I had a chain 2 spot for skipping. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pull out some more yarn here. Chain 2, single, single, double chain, and my final 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then on that last stitch, don't finish it. Do your final yarn over in your main color. Just pull out some more lead yarn as you go. Do that final yarn over in your main color, which in my case is dusty pink or dusty rose. And then you're going to chain up 1, work a single crochet in the first 4 stitches, three, 4. Okay. And then you're going to chain up 2. And as before, work double crochets in your skip stitches, 3 rows below. And then in your next 2 single crochets, work a single crochet in each of them. And then work a double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. And then you're going to single crochet, skip those next 2, 1, 2 stitches, and then chain up 2. And in your next 2 single crochets from 3 rows below, work 2 double crochets, 2 single crochets, 2 double crochets, 2 chains, and of course fasten out the end of your row with single crochet. Pull through, stitch, double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, and stitch your final stitches. Now, for your next, I just have to take some of my white and pull it off because it kind of got tangled in my pink. Okay, just give me 1 second to do that. There we go. Okay, so take my scissors and cut the white. Finish pulling it through. And snip again. Okay, and then just slide it off here. And get right underneath that white part. And boom, you're good to go. And then I just gotta take my white, snip it, and then I'll rejoin that in a moment. And that's what you have to do if you ever get cut in the situation where your two colors get caught of each other and they get tangled up. But now it's time to chain one and work single crochets where I have single crochets and chains where I have chains. So chain here. Single crochet, single crochet, single, and keep single crocheting across. And then I'm going to chain two. 1, 2, and I'm going to continue single crocheting where I have my single crochets. 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to chain 2, 3, and then now it's time for 4. I'm going to take my white and rejoin it by yarning over and pulling through. And then I'm going to turn my work. And now you're halfway done with your repeat. So I'm going to chain 1, single crochet in the first 2 stitches, 1, 2, then I'm going to chain up 2 and work my double crochets. Double crochet, and then your next step is to work 6 single crochets and then hop straight in and do your next double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you're going to work 2 double crochets, 2 chains, and then go for 2 more double crochets, and then I'm going to work my single crochets, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 single crochets, and then as always turn my work, chain up 1, and where I have single crochets and double crochets, please place a single crochet, and when you reach a chain 2 gap like I just have, chain up 2 and single crochet in your next stitches, skipping that gap. And so as you can see, that's why you have a flat back here, because where you have texture on the other side, you just have your chains that are on this side because you push them back to work in front. 6, 7, 8, chain 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then we're going to chain 2, single crochet, and single crochet again. But on this last stitch, swap out your white for your rose pink, or whatever your main color is. Turn your work, chain 1, work 2 single crochets, and then work 2 double crochets, going right underneath that single crochet, going around it from the front to the back, and then pulling up. And next, you're going to work 1 single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 2, skip 2, work 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, work 2 double crochets, 4 single crochets, and then you're going to chain 2 and work 4 more single crochets. So 4 single crochets like I just mentioned. I need to pull out some more lead yarn. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, skip 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to work 2 double crochets and 2 single crochets. 2, 2, and then we're going to chain, and work single crochets where we have stitches as usual, and chain spaces where we have chain spaces. So we're working our first 8 stitches, just solid, and then a chain 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I'm going to chain up 2 and continue single crocheting across. And that was my final single crochet of this row. Now I'm going to fasten off here just so I can show you about the repeat that you will be completing. Okay, so if I fasten off and lay out more, if you can see here, you obviously have your beautiful mosaic pattern forming. And what you need to do is repeat the rows 1 through 8 as many times as you'd like until it's your desired height. But when I say 1 through 8, I mean starting right here. These first 3 rows do not count in your repeat. It's your setup rows. So keep doing that. And then when you finish with the repeat, just work until you're through row 4 or until your item is approximately square, which in this case would be about 9 1/4 inches in length and width. So, I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial on this Mosaic stitch dishcloth. And also another thing you could do is once you're finished, you could also add a single crochet edging in your contrast B color or contrast A that you would like to do to kind of clean up this edge where you carry your yarn and the bottom and the top. Thank you so much for watching today's tutorial. I hope you loved making your very own Mosaic crochet dishcloth using Lily Sugar and Cream original cotton yarn. And if you did, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, like it, subscribe, and of course comment to Jonah's hands. And also, if you love to crochet, you may want to check out my website, jonahhands.com, and my relatively new pattern book that has 26 patterns that are perfect for giving back, including hats, scarves, baskets, lipstick covers, afghans, soap sacks, slippers, arm warmers, everything you could possibly want for you or for others. And of course, my autobiography, Hello Crochet Friends, about how I got started in crochet, which I wrote at age 11. And if you're just learning how to crochet or know someone who's learning how to crochet, also you should check out my Hello Crochet Friends kits with everything you need to make a certain project. This is for a little beanie, and it has the yarn, the hook, the needle, the instructions, everything you could need. So here's a picture of it in the package. And another one of the kits is this adorable little cat stuffy that you can just put on your desk that's already worked up. And also, if you liked the hook I was using in today's tutorial, I'll make sure to put a link below. It's one of my favorites. It's my Furls Odyssey Black with a nickel tip. So make sure to check it out. And once again, I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Thank you so much, and crochet away, friends!